Hey man, yeah, hey man, let me explain something to you, man. White is gold, and then you just gotta see the way the connections to what I did. Hey, listen, man, let me tell you something about life. Some people take codes of honor and codes of loyalty. Some of them are codes of loyalty, some are codes of honor, and some are codes of regardment. Now, if you have, and there's other codes, but if you have an individual in life that has a traumatic experience at a time. Now, I'm gonna tell you how nice I am in martial arts, but I'm gonna show you something a certain type of way. If you have somebody that makes you taking a look at me nice, right? Taking a look at how nice I look, you know. But listen to this. If you have individuals, you know. But listen to this. If you have individuals in a certain type of way that takes an oath or of a certain point of their existence when it comes to their education in the physical reality, and say for instance at the last time they go through a traumatic experience a certain type of way, right? And then another person that is fulfilling their journey in the paradigm of life, you know, happens to encounter an individual or happens to come in a point of comparison or a point of acknowledgement or a point of gesture in the physical reality, and they happen to go through a moment of an experience of, like, say it could be an experience that finalizes a certain situation at their point of their education at a point or a level, even at a time or of their being, and then next thing you know, them individuals happens to go through a traumatic experience at the last point, at the last moment of their of their encounter or their lesson that they're learning at the time, and another person takes it upon themselves to fulfill that baton or that journey a certain type of way. Now, if a person has a certain emotion at the time, it causes a physical reality to react even in one's anatomy and matter, even of one's consciousness of acknowledgement at the time. So it causes a certain type of emotion or physical vibration of one's intent of their physical being. So one would know the difference even in the physical reality when it comes to an individual, even at a point in time, depending on their conduct or of their being, even in the physical. So another person that say a person is a person that causes some type of mesmeration even at a time. That person may know about that person, and they may be a person that is overbearing when it comes to the physical reality, and then they're looking for individuals to cause a form of conditioning, or it could be a hindrance depending on their physical conduct of the physical reality or at a time. So one would know what would happen to an individual. See, like me, I can make the world different for somebody at another time, and it would be unbelievable. And if I ever did something like that, and it would be real natural, it wouldn't be a person telling you to be a certain type of way. And if one in a paradigm of time make a choice to be of the lower intellect of the reality, then that's on you. That's what you caused on yourself, and whatever happens from that, if a point of manipulation or unless you felt your situation was that comfortable and that's your mentality, you know you have to live with that type of humane condition because of what one causes, one or one energy of life already identifies and knows. So if one tries to manipulate, there's no reason to manipulate, because the best thing to do in life is to be of honor and honesty and don't manipulate the situation. Because if you lie to another individual and the individual finds out you're just manipulating the situation, and depending on during the time of a conduct, and one tries to manipulate in another time, one will be held accountable for it to the most detrimental level of the physical reality, because of one's indulgence of what happens, even as one had consideration for an individual a certain type of way. So what would happen to an individual a certain type of way at a time would be severe, so severe it wouldn't, I wouldn't even tell you to not try to even think or acknowledge the depth, because that type of mentality would just lead you to another individual, and then you will never have to worry about those type of things in the paradigm again. And I'm just being real. You wouldn't have to worry cycle of life. You know what I'm saying? Because it would be non and void that type of consciousness of an individual having that type of acknowledgement. Now, if you're real educated, you'll really think about what I'm saying, how serious what I said is, and how real even in physics for even individuals of higher intellect. And when it comes to one's how can I say this? Tell Indo analysis of the physical reality. So I'm not gonna say nothing else, because it's just like, if a man his work ethics of value is increasing at the time, you'll be able to tell by the type of value of an individual, especially even at time of an exchange or at a time of consideration, even when it comes to the physical, when it comes to the value of one's mental capacity and conduct, even at a time of one's reevaluation, even at a time. So think about what I'm saying. Be very intelligent, and I'm gonna tell you just like this: be careful. Don't be careful. Be a person of honesty when it comes to me, Ralph and JR. Do not be a person of causing ignorance or inconsideration in the physical reality, because my viewpoint of reality, there is no depth to what could ever cause a regardment if I look at you and view you a certain type of way. Just think about what I just said. But have a wonderful, what is this, going into the nighttime. Well, I'm gonna let you know something about me, since I had this little conversation a certain type of way. I'ma just
Hey,
either.
will you burn?
Yeah, it was popcorn. Hold on, I'll be right back. It was popcorn I put in the microwave. I'm gonna fix it.
You left the windows open.
Yeah, because I wanted the smoke to clear out. It was smoky in here.
Oh, you're gonna leave them open for an hour?
No, well, at least until it fumigates, the smell lessens itself. Yeah, I don't want to spray nothing to cover it up. That don't make no sense. It has to make sure it leaves. I'ma just be and for one to have a form. I'm very far, so think about. But I came outside in the fresh air to show you the way I viewed the situation, to show you it was even the clarity of my consciousness, the way I viewed and told you what I spoke about. So one doesn't have no Have a wonderful nighttime going into the morning, loved one. Because some of you are not going into the evening. That's how serious it is, loved one.